Hello guys, today we're gonna talk about the Tales from the Crypt TV series, the complete collection. This thing's fucking massive. Oh, yeah. My god, I enjoyed watching this series. But first, let's talk about it. It was first aired in 1989 and it ended in 1996. It was rated on IMDb, but it was an HBO show, so I just say it's probably TV mature. Probably don't show the kids this. But if you show kids, if you're one of those parents to show your kids Walking Dead or that kind of shit, then I don't know how this would be any worse. Maybe a touch worse. DVD-8s were hard to find. Now, the box set itself with all the seasons in it, it was released in 2017 from what I found. But these things themselves, the DVD stuff, they were released separately, I remember, because they were earlier than that, so nice in uniform, too. Man. It has an 8 out of 10 on IMDb with about 17,000 user votes. As of course, as I mentioned before, my Tales from the Dark Side review, I'm not doing Rotten Tomatoes for TV series reviews because because they're terrible at it, so I don't even bother. The series had 93 episodes with 7 seasons. It lasted about 7 seasons. The highest rated one was What's Cooking at 8.5 out of 10 with about 500 user votes. That was in season 4. The lowest rated one is 5.2 out of 10 with roughly around 100. And it was The Kidnapped Her, and that was in season 7. This show had a lot of guest star, a lot of famous actors and directors, but I'm naming the ones that were in the series the most, which probably aren't the most popular ones, but but there's so many of them I couldn't even name them all. You were better off looking it up. Roy Brock-Smith, who was in Total Recall, he's in a few, and Miguel Ferrer, who was in RoboCop, he was also in quite a few episodes. The lead directors were Russell Mulcahy, who directed Highlander, and Elliot Silverstein, I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. He directed The Car. It's available to rent and buy on Microsoft Store, and it's available to buy on Amazon, Google Play, and iTunes. Though I did see Tubi TV stream some seasons of the show earlier, but they're gone when I checked. The show itself, where do I begin on this? Let's start with the DVD packaging. The box itself is pretty awesome. It's a good design, pretty solid design. The box set itself isn't any that interesting. You could probably buy these 7 things separately and it'll be the same. You wouldn't miss anything, except for it's cheaper to just buy the box. All the seasons are awesome. The show itself, the average quality of the episode is beyond Tales from the Dark Side. HBO producing the series gave it a cinematic budget. I mean, if it was like Tales from the Dark Side had 0 limitations on what they can show. And it's cheesy, it's good cheesy horror, a lot of cool 80s special effects, some over-the-top sex scenes, good use of over-the-top swearing. It's just classic, no-holds horror comics. Now, this is the EC horror comics adaptation that was true. I mean, Creepshow started it, but Tales from the Crypt, they were a much more successful interpretation than Tales from the Dark Side. And I hate saying that because I love Tales from the Dark Side, I really do. But this show just... Okay. Now, granted, it does have a few kind of low-quality episodes. Thankfully, though, it's more in one season, unfortunately. And that's the 7th season. Now, I should warn you, what happened in the 7th season, from what I read, apparently, it's funny, because when I first watched the episode, I'm like, oh, it's a all-British cast, okay. And then the episodes got going, I'm like, oh my god, they're in England now. The Crypt Keeper wasn't fucking kidding. And yeah, the show, it was all, apparently production moved to England. And I shit you not. All the episodes are in England. England locations, English actors, English directors, and everything. I mean, there was only one actress who wasn't English in the 7th season. She was like in the 12th, well, second to last episode, and she kind of has a supporting role. But they're all fucking British. I mean, granted, they get a lot of cool British actors in it, like Ewan McGregor and Daniel Craig. They're scattered in there, but the quality episodes are Tales from the Dark Side level, which is unfortunate. I mean, they're not terrible, but after the first 6 seasons, I mean, come on. I mean, it has its moments. Now, the series finale episode is definitely strange, but definitely it feels good watching it after all that. A lot of great episodes in this show. Not a lot of critiques. The Crypt Keeper. Oh my god, this Crypt Keeper has so many like horror puns. It's amazing. They're more eye rolling. A few of them, I won't lie, definitely made me chuckle. I do have one favorite one. That's oh man, I'm just gonna say it. I won't tell you which episode it's in, but it's like he's cooking fingers, and he's like, I heard about giving the finger, but this is ridiculous. It's related to the episode. That makes me laugh the whole fucking time. I don't know why. I think it's just the right amount of like pun humor and just extreme enough. Crypt Keeper's pretty cool. He does a lot of 7th season is just kind of tonally off too. I hate criticizing season 7, but the first 6 seasons were so good. But should you watch all of them despite that? Yeah, I would. Because even though some of the episodes are low quality, you could still maybe get something out of those episodes. And not every episode is bad in season 7. Some of them are quite good. Especially one towards the end. That one's pretty awesome. And the strange part is, even though they moved to England, the Crypt Keeper still acts American and makes American references and everything. But all the stories are English in tone, England and everything, so it just feels off. It feels off. That's a good word to describe season 7. Slightly off. But I still would watch it again, the whole show. Even to watch season 7, I would. Now, there's no multiple parters, so you could skip around. You could. But yeah, I could talk about the show and what it means forever, but the show had a couple movies too, and there was actually a 1970s horror anthology film based on that was called Tales from the Crypt. This actually spinned off that, and I haven't seen it, but I heard it was pretty good, pretty solid. The 2 movies that this spins off from, I heard mixed things about them. I know a lot of other good movies were going to be under this, but the people who was working with them wanted more creative freedom, so they eventually took those ones and did their own way. A good example of one of those movies was The Frighteners, that I reviewed earlier. But yeah, I don't know what else more to say about it. Everything's good in it. Acting's good, the music's awesome, the stories are great, the direction's awesome. A lot of great directors, a lot of great actors. Arnold Schwarzenegger directs an episode, if you could get that. He's that popular. Whoopi Goldberg appears in an episode. Steve Buscemi's in an episode. I mean, I could name them off on the back of this thing. I'll do it now. Richard Donner directs some. Joe Silver, Robert Zemeckis, who did Forrest Gump and Back to the Future. Frank Darabont, who directed Shawshank Redemption. And some actors like The Redemption before Daniel Craig, Whoopi Goldberg. Tom Hanks is in an episode. I think he directs the same one too. Brad Pitt's in an episode. And also, I should mention this. There's an episode that Robert Zemeckis directed, and he used the same techniques he used in Forrest Gump from bringing people who have died back to life on the screen, and he uses that in an episode with one episode stars, I shit you not, Humphrey Bogart. They do it very well. And Alfred Hitchcock makes an appearance too. And it's a great episode too. I mean, it's that kind of show. I love this show. It has no limitations. It goes full balls to the wall, and I love that. But man, there's not really anything else I can say about it. You gotta see it for yourself. I mean, I could talk about it forever, but that's pretty much the gist of it. And if you're not in love with it now for me telling you about it, then you're not going to be in love if you know more about it. If you're interested, dig more, find a set. It does pay quite a bit. This set cost me $70, but I'm not going to lie to you. Buying them all separately is not any cheaper. It is much more expensive. If you really want this, I would just save your money up and just bite the bullet. If you want to buy a season at a time, that's fine, but just get all of them. You might as well. If you already like the first few, you might as well get the rest. But yeah, that's Tales from the Crypt. I recommend this without a doubt. I know I don't say that every time, but if it's on the show, I recommend it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos. Some of my upcoming episodes might be a little shorter than usual. I actually filmed those earlier because I forgot to do this one first, but this one I mean to get out first. But they are shorter, and I say that a little bit in those videos, but I kind of say it, but I just want to say they're a little shorter because I say it in the videos, but I'm kind of getting the hang of this, and I'm kind of learning what I want to say. If it's important enough that I remember it, I'll say it, and then if I remember it, I'll say it later. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.